Asa. It's just perfect.
Do you people have any idea what time it is?
Of course we do. Time is money. And we know about money, don't we, honey?
It's 3 a.m., Asa. 3 a.m.
Oh, well, it's never too early to redecorate, Cord. And your grandfather and I have been at it all night, so to speak.
Well, don't just stand there, Cordero. Say something.
Oh. I think he's too moved for words. I'll say it for him. Welcome to Alexandria.
Lonely? Nora, honey, how much longer is this case going to take? Because New York is just too far away to do the things that we like to do, you know? Snack? I miss snacking with you. Miss sleeping with you. I've got nothing here to hold on to. No, somehow I just don't think the old lightning rod is going to work. You know, there's just something about your... it's the other line. It's probably headquarters. Oh. Okay, all right. No, I'll talk to you tomorrow then, okay? Midnight. I love you. Bye. Buchanan.
Sorry, Commissioner, this is Lieutenant Miller. I know it's late.
That's all right, Lieutenant. I wasn't sleeping anyway. What's up?
There's been a rape reported at Landview Hospital. A nurse was attacked in the parking lot. Since you know who works there, I thought you'd want to know.
I'm on my way.
So, it's very important that you try to recall any details you can. Is there any way you might be able to recognize who raped you? Any idea who it might be? Alice? Hey, I know you don't want to do this, but the police need to know as much
I
as you
can't
can
talk
tell.
about this right now, please.
Okay, it's all right. It's all right. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. But before the police arrive, will you just try to think of something? I mean, anything that could help identify your attacker. Alice, it took courage for you to do what you did by reporting your rape right away. Don't stop being brave, okay? With your help, we can find the man who raped you. And I promise you, Alice, he won't get away with it.
Favorite martyr. Marty the martyr. Working late tonight, aren't we? Helping all the blind to walk and all the lame to see. What's the matter, Marty? Don't you think that's funny? You know, you have no sense of humor. When you work, you work. And when you play, you play. You know what you need? You need some balance in your life. You need some equilibrium. Gotta go. Catch you later, okay? Get home safe, honey bear.
It was Todd. It was him. God, please, this can't be happening again.
Asa, I think you've been riding too many bucking Broncos. Do you see what this woman is doing to your house?
She's just putting a brand on it. Why not? It's about to become her house, too, remember?
And your grandfather has been such a sweetheart about all this. He's given me carte blanche to do whatever it takes to get the house ready for tomorrow.
What is tomorrow?
Elizabeth McNamara is coming for tea.
Elizabeth McNamara is coming here.
Mm-hmm.
To see you.
Yes, and isn't that wonderful? Her acceptance will send a signal to Landview society that my days as an outcast are finally over. From now on, they'll think of me as that brave woman who put that desperate criminal Bulge Hackman behind bars.
Heroine, that's what they're calling her, Cord. Oh. And all the snobs and Miss Goody Two-Shoes love you now, honey.
Well, I don't want a medal or anything, just a chance to prove I'm worthy of being Mrs. Asa Buchanan. And that is why new decor so important to me. It's a new look for a new life. It kind of makes a statement, don't you think?
Yeah. Practically screams.
You're such a doll. Which reminds me, there is one thing we're missing. The perfect objet d'art. That's French for knick-knack. I'll be right back.
Well, hurry back. Everything looks perfect to me.
Oh.
You proud of yourself? You see how much you hurt her feelings?
No, not really.
She covers it well. She's easily bruised. You, Clint, Bo, all my own flesh and blood, treat her like she's some kind of a criminal.
I don't know, maybe it was the murder rap, Asa, or the fact that her picture was posted in every post office across the country. I don't know, maybe...
That is history, Cord. Believe me, this woman has seen the light.
Yeah, and it's the color of money, Asa, your money. This is still Alex Olenoff Hesser we're talking about.
Alex Olenoff Hesse Buchanan. I'm about to make her my wife.
You're about to make the biggest mistake of your life, Asa. I just hope it's not your last.
Don't you ever dare tell me about mistakes. You're the man who married Tina, not once, count 'em 3 times.
Good.
You're the man who took your kids up to see the governor to plead for Todd Manning's release. If anybody around here has been riding too many bucking broncs, it is you, boy.
Oh, Marty, I'm glad you're still here.
Sheila, I just thought...
Listen, they just called up from security. The police are in the parking lot taping off the area. I want to go down and talk to them, but I don't want to leave Alice alone. Will you stay with her? Marty, you okay?
Yeah, fine.
Look, I know it's a lot to ask, but right now, that's what Alice needs. Someone who knows what she's going through. You think you can help her?
Yeah, I think I can.
It's my mother's specialty, tea and honey. She says it's a cure for everything. It's not. But thanks.
Hey, Alice. It's okay, Sandy. I'll stay with her now. I know words don't mean anything right now. You just feel so violated. Doctor's already examined you, right? I know, that part's almost as bad. Feels like you were pawed all over again. I want you to know you did the right thing. Because now the police will have evidence to prove that you were raped.
What difference does it make?
Oh, it makes a big difference. You may not think so now, but you will when they catch the man who did this to you. I'm sorry. You don't need speeches from me right now. But I bet I know what you would like. Nice, long, hot shower. The doctor's already finished. There's no reason.
No, I don't want to move. Don't make me.
No. No one's going to make you do anything. I just want you to know that you're not a prisoner. You've got choices. Now, the police are going to need to keep your uniform and your underwear because they're evidence now. Do you have anything in your locker that you could wear? You want to go change? Look, I know you want to just curl up into a ball and block everything out.
Marty, please.
Honey, I've been there. Done that. It doesn't work. You can be the victim or you can fight back. And I know it's the hard thing to do. But you can do it. You're strong enough. He's the weak one. That's why he hurt you. But you're strong enough to remember everything that happened to you. So that's the way you fight back. You give the police the evidence they need to make the arrest. And make it stick. It's up to you. Sorry. Probably all you need right now is a hug. Would you like that? Mind if I held you? Let me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm not brave like you. Stop that. Oh, you're kidding. You're 10 times braver than I was. I was a complete wreck. You're great. You're just great. Oh. I just want to forget. I just want to forget everything. I know. But we need you to remember. I just need to ask you one more thing, and then I swear I'll just shut up. Do you know the man who did this to you? I couldn't see his face. Do you know him? I mean, you recognize something in his voice? No, nothing. He was hardly even human. What kind of man would do this, Marty? What kind of horrible monster would do this to me?
Oh, something's never changed. My sister Andy and her craving for salsa and chips at 3 a.m.
Excuse me, but I noticed your pantry was practically empty except for 3 jars of salsa and a bag of chips.
What can I say? It runs in the family.
Well, yeah, there's some other things that don't change, too, like my brother's ability to change the subject.
You want beer with that?
Oh, don't I deserve an answer? Your little sister's an adult.
What? Sorry, can't hear ya.
Yes, you can. Okay, I can wait.
Don't break your teeth on the bottle cap.
Thank you. Now, will you tell me what's going on? And don't give me that. No, Luna's brother said she's living at the Palace Hotel.
Well, he's right.
Right, so, well, talk to me.
Look, Andy, I don't mind a little police interrogation, but please, stop it with the 3rd degree, huh? All right. You caught me. I have been trying to change the subject because I want you to have a nice homecoming. I didn't want to hit you with the news.
What news?
Luna was involved in an accident, and she lost the use of her legs.
Max, no.
Yeah. It looked pretty hopeless, but tonight, we got our first ray of hope. Luna took a step. And you can't imagine how big a step that is, Andy. And I was there when it happened.
I can't even believe you didn't tell me about this accident. I'm so sorry for you and Luna.
Yeah, well, hey, the worst is over. I'm sure of that. And as far as not calling you or anything, well, things were a little confused at the time.
Meaning?
Meaning, this salsa, there's much to plan. I prefer the stuff with, skull and the crossbones.
Max, you're doing it again. Will you just stick to the subject and tell me why Luna isn't here in her own house recovering?
Because she prefers not to be.
Well, why? No, I always thought you two were like two sides of the same coin. You sounded like you had it all.
We did, until I gambled it away.
Oh, wait. Gambled it away? On what?
Andy, you don't want to hear this story. Not tonight.
Yes, I do, Max. You're my brother, and I love you, and there is nothing that you're going to tell me that I'm not going to understand.
Well, you may understand, but you won't like me for it. I know I don't.
I don't get it. Beautiful woman like you camped out on a bar stool at 3 a.m.
I like the crowd.
Bull. You should be out with people, having a conversation, a few laughs, whatever. Who knows, you might even find a nice guy and go home with them.
You got somebody in mind for me, Rocky?
As a matter of fact, you're looking at him. It's not that funny.
No, you don't understand. You are way too good for me.
Let me be the judge of that. From what you said, you seem to have that Holden guy out of your system. Why not give me a shot?
No, that's the problem with listening to me. See, I only tell half the truth. Max may be out of my life, but I don't think he will ever be out of my system.
You know how I gave up cigarettes?
How?
Pistachio.
Pistachios.
Mm-hmm. Think of me as pistachios.
Why, thank you, Rocky, but I think Max is a habit that may take the rest of my life to break. Dash. Great. Typical. I pick an empty one. Hey, what? Todd.
What's the matter, Blair? Did I scare you?
You say she's already been examined, Sheila?
Yeah. But the doctor said there was very little evidence, aside from the obvious signs of forced intercourse. We sent everything we had to your forensic guys.
How long's that going to take, Matt?
At this time of night, I'd look for it this morning at the earliest.
All right, in the meantime, we'll talk to the victim, okay?
Oh, well...
We'll be as gentle as we can, Sheila, but the longer we hold this off, then the colder the trail, all right?
All right. Marty's with her now. I'd like to sit in if that's not a problem.
No, are you kidding? I want you there.
Okay.
Let's go.
Alice, this is Commissioner Buchanan and Detective Miller.
Hello, Alice.
Thank you for agreeing to talk with us, Alice.
Honey, they know what it takes for you to do this, being examined and then calling the police. So.
Alice, we have a team of officers that are inspecting the parking lot where the incident occurred, but there are some questions that we need to ask you.
Well, I guess I should be going in.
No, don't go. Please don't make her go.
No, don't worry, don't worry. If it's okay with Marty, I'd prefer that she stay here with you and Sheila. I think that she could be very helpful if it's not too uncomfortable for you, Marty.
No, I can handle that.
Good. And let's start at the beginning. I can't imagine how difficult this is for you, Alice, but I need to hear your whole story in your own words. Now, I'll try to ask as few questions as possible, but it's very important that you tell us everything. Will you do that, Alice? Will you help us find the man that did this to you?
You know, Asa, I'm going back to bed. Because it is far too late in the night. No, make that early in the morning to get involved in any kind of a debate with you about who messed up more marriages.
No, Cordero, wait. I didn't mean that crack about you and Tina. And you're right. We've made a lot of mistakes on picking women.
I just hate to see you make another one, that's all.
I appreciate that, Cord. But don't you think I know that my romance with Alex is, well, unconventional?
No, that's one word for it.
Nobody has to tell me that when it comes to marriage. My record is, well, a little checkered.
Also true.
But Alex is not like any other woman that I've ever married. I mean, I am telling you, Cord, they broke the mold when they made her.
I'll give you that, Asa. Alex is definitely one of a kind. But you see what's going on here? This is your house. She's turned it into some kind of a personal shrine, Asa. Doesn't that bug you?
Hell no, I love it. People say I'm bigger than life. I need a woman who lives that lodge. When Alex is happy, I'm happy. What are you staring at?
You. You've gone and fallen in love with her, haven't you?
Come on, Rocky, give me a drink. Come on, I'll even buy her one. Hell, I'll even buy you one.
I told you, Manning. I gave last call an hour ago. Now I'm closing in 5. Sweet dreams.
Fine, you know what? From now on, I'm taking my business to the Palace Hotel.
They won't let you in.
Why not? They let you in.
You know, I don't even need this. If you came here to make my life miserable, somebody got ahead of you, all right?
What's the matter, Blair? You still mooning over that married guy who went back to his wife? Don't you know? There's nothing more boring than unrequited love.
Oh, yeah? You want to know?
Buzz off.
Yeah, buzz off. So what are you doing back here, Todd?
I live upstairs, remember?
Yes, I remember. You told me that earlier. But I also remember that you left to go to work at the hospital.
I have a confession to make. Todd's been a very, very naughty boy.
I just finished my shift. It was about 11:30. I went out to the parking lot, and I was about to get into my car when...
No, it's okay. Take your time. Alice, we're in no rush here, okay?
Someone grabbed me from behind. He covered my mouth and pushed me up against the car. I tried to get away, but he held me down. And when I tried to scream, he shoved something into my mouth. It was something rolled up, like a bandage.
Or a roll of gauze. My men found this in the parking lot underneath your car.
Do you recognize this?
I don't know. It could have been something like that.
The second annual Alzheimer's Memory Walk, Saturday, October 1st at the Fashion Fair Mall. Call 229-2891 for more information.
Dad, does Mobile House have wheels?
If you only got here on wheels.
Mom? 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 Mom, where's my room? Oh, is it all mine?
All yours.
Way cool!
I think he likes it.
Today's manufactured homes. Call for a free brochure. 1-800-765-7500.
What are you looking for? The wheels?
No way! This is your house!
It's okay, honey. It's over now.
Were you able to see his face at any time?
No, he had on a ski mask, and it was really dark. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Okay, did he say anything to you? Anything that might help you recognize his voice?
No, he never said a word. Not a word.
Alice, do you remember anything about him? What about the clothes he was wearing?
Gloves. He had on leather gloves.
Good. Anything else? Anything at all?
A jacket. He had on some kind of lightweight jacket.
Like a windbreaker?
Yeah, that's what it was. I don't know what color it was, but it was dark, either navy blue or black.
He did it. It has to be him. Todd, I saw him leaving the hospital tonight around 11:30. He was angry, drunk. He's making a snarly face that he does. And he was wearing a dark windbreaker. Oh, my God, he did it. I know. He did it. Todd is the man you're after. Arrest him.
No, Marty, calm down.
With Todd out there ready to attack another woman, how many women does it take?
Stop it. Just stop it. Marty, I know you're ready to convict Todd, but we can't work that way. Now, he's on the list of suspects. That was automatic. But we need a lot more information before we can arrest anybody.
Marty, are you sure you saw Todd leaving the hospital at 11:30? Because I saw him at least an hour earlier.
Are you sure about that, Sheila?
I'm positive. I remember. Ray and I were sitting here wondering why Todd hadn't checked in for his shift, which starts at 11. And he's always been good about you showing up.
Well, I don't know. He came, he left, I don't know, but I saw him. He was here.
We're going to need to corroborate that, Matt. You talk to all of Todd's coworkers, see if you can get anybody that can place Todd here in the hospital at the time of the raid.
You got it.
Alice, I noticed that your reaction when you heard Todd's name. Do you know him?
We went out once, but it didn't work out. I thought maybe we could still be friends, if nothing else, but that was before the fight.
The fight?
I saw Todd earlier. Like Sheila said, it was around 10:30. He seemed really upset, and when I tried to talk to him about it, he just seemed to lose control completely. He tried to put this engagement ring into my hand. I don't know why.
I walked in on the whole thing, Bo. Todd was totally out of control. He laid his diamond ring on the table and then stormed out.
Okay, where's this diamond ring now?
Right here. I was planning to give it back to him when he came on duty.
Well, I think Todd must have been awfully angry. Awfully angry to leave a ring like this behind.
Yeah, angry enough to rape someone.
Alice, do you think it's possible that the man that raped you was Todd Manning?
So what'd you do, Todd?
You promise not to tell?
Cross my heart and hope to die.
I went to work with booze on my breath. And they sent me home with a note from teacher.
Well, that was really smart. I thought your pardon depended on your job working out
Yeah,
at
well,
the
let me
hospital,
tell you something
huh?
about this partner, right? Makes all the bleeding hearts feel good, but it doesn't change anything. Nobody changes. You're born bad, you stay bad.
Come on, Todd, it doesn't have to be that way, you know
It
that.
is that way. And people talk about change all the time, and nobody believes it. They give you a name, they call you evil, they call you bad, whatever. And then you gotta live with it no matter what. And no matter how lonely you get, nobody believes you can change. Even the people that you care about and the people that you know care about you. They still tell you, get lost, stay out of my life.
And they mean so much to you.
And then when you start to realize that you're gonna live the rest of your life like this, you know, alone, forever, things start to build up inside you and build up until you feel like you're gonna explode, you know? What am I telling you this for? But you're gonna understand.
Believe me, Todd. I know exactly how you feel.
No way, babe. You can't even begin to know how I feel. Nobody can.
Go ahead and say it. You think less of me now.
Oh, that wasn't what I was thinking. I was thinking about how happy we were when we both first got married, you and Luna and Hunter and me. Oh, look at us. How'd it happen, Max?
Well, I can't speak for you, but I messed it up with gambling. Not to mention Blair.
Blair, from everything you said, are you sure she's still in your life?
She's gone. She asked Luna for forgiveness tonight, and she said to me that she finally is facing the fact that my future's with Luna.
Well, it's one thing to say it.
No, she means it. Hey, I don't care about Blair anyway. All I care about is winning back Luna's respect and her love. I'd do anything for her.
I believe you. I really hope things work out for you, Max.
They will. They have to. But hey, enough about me. What about you? I opened the door and there you are, looking like Angie Dickinson, a policewoman. What's the story here?
The story is, growing up and finding out where I really belong. You know, that Hollywood stuff, it was Hunter's world, you know. I never really fit in. I started hanging out more with Jake, and there's something so real about detective work, especially after spending all that time with Hunter and his La La Land tinsel. And so after I left, I got a chance to take the test in St. Louis. I just kind of, went for it, you know.
Now my little sister's out there facing the bad guys.
And she's going to be working for Bo Buchanan.
Oh, well, you're lucky there. He's a great guy.
Extremely cute.
And extremely engaged. So the best you can hope for is to be top cop, huh? But you're not going to be good at anything if you don't get some sleep.
Oh, I know. I've got a big day tomorrow. I'm just going to go back to the hotel.
Oh, no, you're not. Staying here?
No, I can't.
Hey, look. You're staying here. It's decided. Al may be off at camp, but when he finds out you're here, he's going to go nuts. You're staying.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, God. I really missed you.
I missed you.
Oh, so sorry I wasn't better about keeping in touch, but we have a second chance.
Oh, well, I've come to believe in second chances, so, listen, you can grab one of Luna's nightgowns there in her bedroom closet, and guest bedroom's right down the hall. We'll pick up your stuff tomorrow, okay?
All right.
Night.
Night. Oh, Max, you're the best brother ever.
I know.
Hey.
Oh, and you're the best sister ever, too, in case you forgot. Go to bed. Who in the world would be calling now? Hello? Hello? Who's there?
Alice, was Todd Manning the man that raped you?
I don't know. It could be, but I'm not sure. I'm just not sure.
Okay, that's okay. Believe me, we are going to check out every possibility. And I give you my word, we're going to find the man responsible. Right now, I'd like for you to go home and...
No, I don't want to. What if he's still out there?
Then we're going to have an officer take you home, and he'll stay there with you, okay? If that's what you want.
Bo, I think Alice needs to be with someone she knows right now. I'll stay with you if you'd like that.
Thank you. Is that okay?
Yes, of course. We'll talk again soon, though, okay? You take good care of her, Marty.
You bet I will.
Sheila, can I speak to you out here for a second?
Okay. You're not alone. Remember that. Okay, what do you need to know?
Sheila, you've been involved in Todd's counseling. How's that been going?
In a word, inconsistent. One minute he puts up this wall and refuses to cooperate with the group, and then out of nowhere, he's full of hope and totally willing to work out his problems.
And then there's tonight.
I have to say, when I saw him blow up at Alice, and then try to force that engagement ring on her, Bo, I've seen rage before, but this was truly terrifying.
I think you know the question I'm about to ask you, Sheila.
Did he rape Alice? The thought was in the back of my head from the start. Ever since he was released from prison, I mean, there's been this ticking bomb.
I know, I've been waiting around for the explosion just like everybody else in this town, but we don't know that it happened tonight. We have to go on the facts, and only the facts.
Yeah, well, that's your job, Bo. I have a lot of people on staff here who are scared to death. And if you're finished with me, I would just like to go and try to calm them down.
Okay, you tell them for me that we are going to get this guy, okay? Whoever he is.
Well, I've got confirmation. Todd never showed up at 11 p.m. like he was supposed to. One of the guys in custodial services saw him at about midnight.
Checking in for work?
No, heading for home, smelling like booze with an attitude.
We're going to need a search warrant.
There you go.
Where'd you learn to anticipate like that?
I wonder.
I think if anybody has just cause, we do. I think it's time we pay a visit to our friend Todd Manning.
Luna? Luna, is that you?
I can't make it. I can't make it. I thought I could. I can't.
Love? Ooh, I mean, who said anything about love?
It's written all over you, Asa.
Don't mistake fun for infatuation, Cord.
And that's all Alex is to you, is fun.
Yes, and that's plenty. Let me tell you something. There are tons of reasons why a man should get married. Love has got to be the worst one.
Okay, if you say so.
I say so. Of course, if I happen to be fool enough to fall in love with Alex, it wouldn't be a crime, would it?
Look, Asa, I just don't want to see you get hurt is all. You know, you have been burned before.
Well, and I did my share of burning.
Yeah, which is why it would be wise to be careful here. Do you even know how Alex feels about you?
She wants to marry me, doesn't she?
Yeah, well, you know, Asa, sometimes women get married for two reasons. One, for money, and one for love. What's Alex's story?
Well, of course it's for money. I wouldn't respect her if it weren't. Does that satisfy you?
Asa, I'm just trying to get you to... You go ahead, all right? You go ahead, you get your heart broken. Again, if that's what you want, you do it.
Cord, this heart will hold out, believe me.
I found it! What do you think? You know, I think I'll start a collection of Cleopatras. We've always had so much in common.
Not even with a 10-foot pole, baby.
What is with him? Well, you like it, don't you, honey? Something wrong?
That depends. I need to ask you a question, Alex.
Ask away.
Do you love me? Do you love me or don't you?
Well, I could turn the question around. Do you love me?
I asked you first.
You're avoiding the question.
Look who's talking.
I'll tell if you'll tell.
All right. I like you know that. We share everything together, from bungee jumping to leverage buyout. But love, there's just another four-letter word. Don't you agree?
Of course. We're well beyond that silly little love stuff. Our marriage is a partnership. A merger. Right?
I couldn't have said that better myself. But that doesn't mean we can't have a good time together.
I should hope so. As a matter of fact, there is a little oil acquisition I've been meaning to talk to you about.
That's not the sort of good time I was thinking about.
Oh. So there are times when you think of me more than as just a partner.
Yes, now and then.
Like now?
Mm-hmm.
Then I suggest we, make the best of what's left of this night and turn it into a night to remember.
Oh, excuse me. A whole pot of coffee out there in the kitchen if you're interested.
I'd changed my mind, Cord. Turn the lights out, will you?
Sweet dreams, Cord.
Same to you. Ooh. Well, Asa, you are definitely a prisoner of love. Who the hell would come here at 5 o'clock in the morning? Blair.
Help me. Please.
Okay, sure.
My car's right outside, so as soon as you're ready. Alice? I shouldn't have told the police that Todd could have done it. I mean, I never saw his face or heard his voice. I don't know who it was that raped me.
Wait a minute, you've got to stop feeling responsible for what someone did to you. He attacked you. He abused you. All you did was tell the truth.
I don't know the truth, Marty. Maybe it was Todd, but maybe it was someone else. It could have been anyone.
But I know Todd. This is the night that I have been dreading ever since he was released from prison. They keep saying he's a new man, but he's not. I know better. He's the same Todd Manning who raped me and never showed an ounce of remorse. And now he's hurt you. We can't let him take his anger out on one more woman. Else we have to stop him. Once and for all.
Please, open up.
What do you want? Go away.
This isn't a joke, Todd. It's Bo Buchanan.
What's going on here?
Sorry to interrupt your beauty sleep, Manning, but we just happened to be in the neighborhood, so we thought we'd stop by for a chat. Isn't that right, Matt?
Detective Miller, nice to meet you, Todd.
Sure we can find something to chat about?
Oh, I can think of something already.
So what do you say, Todd? You want to be a pal and invite us in?
No, why would I do that?
Oh, I think you know. Don't you, Todd?